Hey everybody, this is Mrmathblog, and this lesson is Write Algebraic Expressions. This is lesson 7.3. Don't forget, all your lessons can be found at mrmathblog.com, and there's our common course strand for our most awesome teachers. And our question here is, how do we write an algebraic expression to write a situation? So we have several examples here. So an algebraic expression is just a mathematical phrase that includes at least one variable. And a variable is a letter or a symbol. We usually use letters here. Is a letter or symbol that stands for one or more numbers. Okay, so what does that mean? Well, right here, x plus 10, x is the variable. Okay, it's the letter that just represents any number. So 2 plus 10 or 5 plus 10 or any number plus 10, x plus 10. Okay, so 3 times y, the y is the variable right there. Okay, if we had 3 times quantity a plus 4, that a is that variable. So a variable is just a letter that stands for one or more numbers right here. So all right, so and then just recall, you guys, there's several ways to show multiplication with a variable. So the expression below of 3 times y, we can write it like this. So 3 with a multiplication symbol, y. We can use parentheses to show multiplication. So this also says 3 times y. And then with variables, you can just put a number next to a variable, and that is understood to be multiply 3 times y. If there's nothing in between them, it's understood to be multiply. Or, of course, the good old dot, 3 dot y is 3 times y, okay? All right, so here we go. So Julia charges $5 for each person to draw a cartoon on your face. So write an algebraic expression for the cost in dollars for drawings for a drawing that includes P amount of people. Okay, so let's go ahead and write an algebraic expression for that cost. All right, so the cost for each person, how much does Julia charge for each person? She charges $5, okay? And then we're going to, since there's P amount of people, we're going to multiply that by the number of people. So it's times, so we'll do a multiplication symbol, the number of people. So we chose the letter P because of people. P represents people right there. Okay, so the cost in dollars is 5 times P, or just 5P. Remember, if there's nothing in between the number and the variable, it's understood to be multiply. Okay, all right, so discuss why P is an appropriate variable for that problem, and would it be appropriate to select a different variable, and explain. All right, well, we chose P, you guys, because it represented the number of people, but we could have used any letter. Since people starts with the letter P, that's why we chose P for that. But we could use N for the number of people. Again, any letter. We could use X. Typically, algebra often uses the variables X and or Y. Okay, all right, so try this one here. So on Mondays, Bruce adds 2 extra cookies for every cookie order. So write an algebraic expression for the number of cookies customers will receive on Mondays when they order C cookies. All right, so okay, so the cookies ordered. Okay, so here, the cookies ordered, we're choosing C for our variable. So C is our cookies ordered right there, okay? And then we're going to go ahead and Bruce adds, he adds, so we're going to go ahead and add or plus the extra cookies on Monday. So he adds 2 extra cookies, so on Monday right there. So the customer is going to receive the number of cookies ordered, so the number of orders, which is C plus 2 amount of cookies on Monday right there. Okay, kind of get the hang of that? All right, we're going to be doing more and more of this, you guys, so it won't go away. So hang in there, you guys. You'll be okay. So here, this table shows the number of points that items on a test are worth. Okay, so multiple choice questions are worth 2 points, and short answer questions are worth 5 points. So we're going to write an algebraic expression for the test score of a student who gets M amount of multiple choices and S amount of short answers. So the student gets 2 points for each multiple choice, which is M, and that student gets 5 points for each short answer. Okay, so the points for the multiple choice, we're going to go, it's going to be 2 times how many multiple choice items there are, because it's 2 points each. So if there's M multiple choice items, it's 2 times M. And then we're going to add, you guys, or plus, we're going to plus the amount of short answers. So the points for the short answers are 5 points each. So if there's S of them, then it's going to be 5 times S, okay? And we can just write it as 5S, okay? So the student's test score is going to be 2M plus 5S right there, okay? All right. Don't give up, you guys. You guys will be fine. So here's an example. Write an algebraic expression for each expression here. So 40 more than, okay, so it's 40 more than this product, okay, the product of 5 and y. So what we have to do first, you guys, is start with the product of 5 and y. Product means multiply, so 5 times y. Okay, now we're going to do 40 more than that. So 40 more than that means something plus 40, or 40 plus that something. So it's going to be 40 plus this product right there. It's 40 more than the product of 5 and y. Here's the product of 5 and y, 5y. That means 5 times y. So it's going to be 40 plus that 5y. All right, over here, 3 times the sum, okay? So 3 times the sum of y and 50. So we got to do the sum of y and 50 first, okay? So it's y plus 50. Then we got to do 3 times that sum. Well, the sum, remember, is still y plus 50. So the reason why we put parentheses around it is because it's the sum, the whole sum, y plus 50. Okay, it's not just 3 times y or 3 times 50. It's 3 times the whole sum. So you need to wrap it in parentheses. So we'll put a 3 right there to represent 3 times that whole sum right there. Okay, so when we write an algebraic expression with two operations, how can we show which operation to do first? Well, that's easy. We just put parentheses around the operation that we want done first right there. All right, so one student wrote 4 plus x for the word expression 4 more than x, and then another student wrote x plus 4 for the same expression. Are they both correct? And explain. Well, I'm going to say yes on that, because when we add numbers, it doesn't matter the order that we add. In fact, it's called the commutative property of addition. 4 plus x is the same as x plus 4. These guys are commuting around the addition sign. When I drive to work, I commute in my truck. These guys are commuting around the addition sign. So 4 plus x is the same as x plus 4. For example, 2 plus 5 is the same as 5 plus 2. They both equal 7 right there. So yes, they were both be correct on that one right there. All right, you guys, I hope that lesson makes sense, and take care.